Hi beautiful people, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today is all about feminine hygiene. I'm here to give you few tips of making your down there look just like you look personally, like how to make your down there smell so pleasant and so good without you getting this kind of yeast infections, being affected by infections, these vaginal yeast infections and all of that. So if you want to know what the tips are, continue watching this video, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe for more and follow me on my other social media platforms: Facebook Princess EMELDA, Instagram Princess EMELDA, and then don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you find it interesting and helpful. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So having a nice looking like down there, when you want your down there to always be looking neat and nice, you know, right? Your first thing you always have to be sure of is removing unwanted hairs. You should always make sure to remove unwanted hairs, no matter how well you think you keep the pubic hair or whatever. My advice is be sure to always cut it, remove all unwanted hairs, because your vagina needs to breathe. Like, that place needs to breathe, it needs more air. Like, you don't need to be sweating down there as a result of the bushy hairs you have there and all of that. So the first thing you always have to be sure of is you have that place looking like smooth, no unwanted hair. Maybe you feel like leaving some hair here and all of that, leaving some hair at the top of it and all of that, it doesn't matter, but make sure that down there shouldn't be any unwanted hair. You don't need it to make that place looking good and smelling nice. Always be sure to remove all unwanted hairs. And one second thing you always wanna be sure of is always cleaning that. Anytime you take your bath, make sure you clean your vagina with warm water. You know something, our vagina naturally it cleans itself. So for me, I don't advise you using too much of chemicals, trying to keep the place like clean. People use feminine hygiene. I'm not against that. Sometimes after your period, you will need a feminine wash. Like, people use feminine wash. You need a feminine wash maybe to clean there, to make there like all the rest of the smells as a result of the period. You want to clean and make them look like nice or smell nice. Not bad, but it shouldn't be something like you do always. It's not needed. Naturally, it cleans itself naturally. So all you need to do is taking care of it by just washing the surface with warm water anytime you take your bath, and that is it. I only advise you inserting chemicals, like not chemicals personally, but maybe you want to make the smell nice and all of that, and then you try to put things inside you and that. For me, it's not necessary. Like, it's not actually necessary, but people do. So my advice is just trying as much as possible to wash there like twice a day, the same way you bath. You take your bath, you wash down there like just with clean warm water, and then you are good to go. The third thing, always change your sanitary pads. When you are in your menses, you don't have to like wear one sanitary pad like for the whole day. You always have to constantly change it. Anytime you feel like it's kind of not feeling so good, you change it. And then the fourth thing is wearing tight pants. Like, you don't need to wear very tight pants, especially jeans. It shouldn't be a regular something. Maybe once a while you wear it somewhere and then you come back, but be sure to always be in something that is loose and free, and allow air to flow down there. Like, allow the place to breathe so as to keep the pH level balanced and not getting it. You don't have to let the place feel hot and then start sweating. That results in all the yeast infections, and then your vagina tends to smell and all of that. So you have to allow air to to pass through whatever you wear, and then you feel the moist you have to feel. You don't need to be wearing very tight panties, very tight jeans all the time, like the whole day, every day you are in this tight jeans. It makes you feel hot down there, and it's not good for a good, like it's not good for down there. So you have to always be sure of wearing something that is loose to allow air breathe through, like pass through, and allow your VG to like breathe. That is it. So another thing too is you have to always drink water, like drink a lot of water. Drink water, as much water as possible every day, at least like 10 glasses of water a day isn't bad. Like generally it's good for our body, but as a hygiene, a feminine hygiene tip, drinking lots of water allows anytime you urinate, it allows all this bad smells, or how will I even put it, come out of you, so as it helps the vagina to also be moist. It keeps the pH level balanced, and then it keeps you moist all day. You feel fresh, and then you smell good. And one thing of maintaining a good down there is checking your diet. You always have to abstain. You have to abstain from eating sugary, fatty, like those kind of stuffs, and then concentrate on eating vegetables and then fruits. Like always, almost every day, have some fruits, and then make sure your diet is made up of most vegetables and all of that, because generally it's good for your well-being. You need vitamins, you need minerals and all of that to keep looking good and to have a good skin and all of that. And it also helps in good down there development, like, and eating lots of fruits and vegetables helps in normal menstrual flow. Like you won't have so much problems when it's your period time and all of that. You tend to have normal menstrual flow, and you won't have this crampings all the time whenever you have your menses. So you just have to check your diet to keep you active, fresh, beautiful, smelling good, and then like nice, smelling good and pleasant. So you need lots of vegetables and fruits to keep you going, to keep you on the go, to give you the color, to make you look beautiful, to give you a normal down there. And you know what? You tend to taste yummy down there, you know? Am I kidding? Oh God, I'm serious. Like you need lots of vegetables and fruits to have a good looking, like, you know, down there, like good looking vagina, you know. So it's a girls talk today. So anything that's said, and then, you know, I know you girls love this video. Vagina hygiene is something lot of people need, just that lots of people are shy to talk about it. Lots of people, and you know, so these are the things you need to keep you, like you need fruits and vegetables to keep you go. And one other thing, anytime you urinate, maybe you wouldn't always have the time to do that, but it's advisable when you ease yourself, like you wee urinate and all of that, you must have feminine wipes that you always clean yourself anytime you go to urinate and all of that, to keep there not smelling bad, not making your panties wet with urine and then making you smell unpleasant and all of that. So you always have, and one thing, you have to make sure to clean from front to back, otherwise you will tend to infect yourself when you clean from back to front, because like from your back, what's the kind of germs you have there, you will tend to bring it in front when you clean from back to front. So always make sure when you are cleaning yourself, clean from front to back, not back to front, so you don't tend to infect yourself with anything and then you start getting yeast infection. And one thing, if you start getting yeast infections, I would advise you see a doctor. It's very necessary, because most things we use as a way of treating our yeast infections and all of that, some happens to take away the pH balance and all of that from us, some things to make us dry, and then at the end of the day it causes more harm than good. So when you notice any sort of abnormality, normally as a lady we all have some normal discharges that is natural about everybody. You tend to have normal discharges that comes out. It's when it has some changes, or you start feeling or you start seeing change in color and all of that, and you start hearing unpleasant smells. That is when you start to suspect it's an infection which you have to treat. So when you start seeing any abnormality in the way your down there is and all of that, then you have to see a doctor, and then as fast or as soon as possible you treat your vaginal infection, because it's not a good feeling having such an infection. And another tip is, when in your period you always have to take extra pads with you when going to work, when going out, when going anywhere, because you have to, like I said earlier, you have to change your pads regularly. So when not at home, you are going to work or something, make sure to have extra sanitary pads with you wherever you go, to keep yourself from to save yourself from any embarrassment, and also to keep down there not messed, to keep down there looking good, and to keep yourself looking good and smelling good all day. So with all these tips, I hope this video has been helpful. And then one last thing, these are the things you need to do: washing yourself all the time, changing pads regularly, making sure of removing all unwanted hairs, and all of the things I said are what is necessary to keep you moist, and then keeping the pH level balanced there, and then keeping you fresh and smelling good all day. You don't need to, sometimes your hands, you don't need to let dirty things, even washcloths that you use down there, you always have to be sure of its neatness. You always have to make sure it's neat, because adding something extra here can cause a lot of damage, because this place is a very sensitive place compared to any part of the body. So when that place is not kept the way it's to be kept, you tend to have lots of issues in the future. So that will be all for today. I hope this video has been very helpful. If it was, please give it a huge thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe for more videos, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.